Most of you know that something just happens to us when we hit our late 20s. Our metabolism slows, our body aches, and we're just way more tired than usual. Dr. Google, as well as a certified medical professional, says that the key to success is a healthier diet and to exercise. So we decided to put this to the test. In this episode, we discuss how we challenge ourselves to walk 10,000 steps a day for an entire month. Enjoy as you hear how that went.
Hello, Cindy.
Hi, Chanel.
Back at it again with the white vans.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
Yeah, it took me a second. I was like,
That's an old reference at this point.
It was. And I thought for a second, I was like, should I just, pretend that I don't care? Or should I actually finish it?
You see, and that's why we're friends. Because if you didn't finish it, I would have got up and left the apartment.
Podcast over.
Done.
I feel like we've joked so often that this is just gonna end.
Yep. It's gonna be one thing, and we're gonna be like, we're never talking again,
ever again. Never. I mean, that happens.
It's true,
but I don't know. I feel like I don't think that would happen for us.
You never know.
We don't.
It'd have to be something egregious
that we couldn't communicate about, and we talk too much and too often to not communicate about it.
Exactly. So yes. Cindy.
Yes, Chanel.
Tell me, are you one of those people who's like, oh, I'm just going to go outside and go for a walk?
You know the answer.
No.
It's the no.
And neither am I.
Yeah.
And you see, we have a friend and I don't know if you know this, but Miss Angelica, that girl walks.
Yeah, you mentioned.
She'll be on the treadmill hours.
On a treadmill.
On a treadmill or walking outside. She loves to walk. And before, when we were in college, she didn't have a car. And so she would have to walk to the bus and all that stuff to get to school and all that. Yeah. And so she's one of those people who likes to walk.
I'm not one of those at all.
I'm not one of those. And I'm telling you, because we've been to New York together.
Yes.
We did not walk.
No.
We basically just took Ubers, for the most part.
Yeah. Whose fault was that, though?
It was actually neither of our faults.
It was neither one of our. So here's the thing, right? So with New York, I've gone a couple of times as a child, but I have two siblings and it's just my mom and dad, right? So it's the kids always outnumbered the adults. I don't think my parents ever felt comfortable taking small children because I think I'm the oldest and I couldn't have been any more than 10. Right? I don't think they like the idea of taking small children onto public transportation where it's the whole thing is you don't look anybody in the eye and you ignore them, and children are the complete opposite of that. They'll get in your business and they'll look you right in the eye. So I really wanted to take public transportation. That was the one thing that I wanted to do because this is the first time I've been to New York since being a child. So every time we were going anywhere, I was begging. Yeah. I was like, please let me walk there. Please let's take public transportation. We literally had a subway station right than outside the hotel. 0.1 miles, less than half a mile away.
That we walked past and then got into an Uber.
Every single time.
Yes.
And I never got it.
Yeah, it's because one of our other friends, she was sickly. So we'll give her that. Yes. I would understand not wanting to walk when you don't feel good.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
But yeah, the last time I went to New York, it was with Miss Angelica. And we walked so much. I've never walked that much in my entire life.
Really?
Literally, we were getting 50,000 steps.
And the thing is, I can't even fathom that given the fact that we were getting barely 10K.
Barely. In New York.
In New York.
Okay, we were not walking. That time, we were walking everywhere. We went to the Statue of Liberty. We walked up the Statue of Liberty. We walked down. We went to Ellis Island. We walked the entire museum. And I'm like, y'all, can we go? They said no. And I'm like,
we still got 20,000 more steps to get.
No. But yeah, New York. Also, we went during the summer when it was humid. Eek. I sweated through my clothes every day we were there.
Dang. Did you even pack enough clothes?
No. Yeah. So once we got back to the hotel after walking 50,000 steps, they're like, Chanel, you want to go out? No. I want to take a bath, get into my PJs that are not covered in sweat.
And go to sleep.
And I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. And that's what I did every night. But tell me why. I lost 5-10 pounds on that one trip.
50,000 steps a day?
50,000 steps a day.
That, yeah. that would do it for you. That you were doing pretty much, I feel like 30 minutes worth of cardio. Like, like a compact, like high intensity cardio is probably what you were getting.
Yes.
If not more.
If not more.
Day.
Whew.
Yes.
So, yeah, I didn't put 2 and 2 together back then that walking is probably good for you.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've come around to where I'm like, oh, you're actually supposed to walk as a human being.
Okay, this is like Google MD. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere on Google that says that we should be getting, like, the collective humanity, whatever, should be getting at least 10,000 steps a day. And that's something that I've known.
Yeah.
But it's not really anything that I per se believe, because you don't really believe it until you do it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, 10,000 steps, that's like, for some people it varies based off your step size, whatever. It's like, that's about 5 miles a day. And like on average, I think the average human who doesn't have necessarily the most sedentary job could easily get like 2,000 to 3,000 a day, right? So it's like, it's extra exertion, but it's like, it seemingly can be doable if you put your mind to it. But I'm like, just because it's like attainable, I'm like, it can't be that easy.
And it's not.
I mean, so
it's like, it depends on the day, honestly.
Yeah. So we participated, like just the two of us, in a step challenge because you had a conversation with a doctor where they were just like, their recommendation was like, we think you should hit at least 10,000 steps a day, and it should make you feel generally overall better, right? And when it came to planning the podcast, I was like, hey, Chanel, like, since you already have to do this and your doctor says it's good for you, and I'm pretty sedentary because of my job, maybe I should also try it, and we can have a whole podcast episode where we talk about it.
And I was like, my sister in arms, let's go, attack.
So we did a 30-day walking challenge where the goal was for 30 days. I think we started, I don't remember when we started, but just for 30 days, we try to get 10,000 steps every single day. And the whole purpose, at least for me, was to just prove that I could do it. I, again, truthfully did not believe anything was going to happen. And then it's just like a lifestyle change that you're trying to implement, right? So I guess first we should talk about, how did that go for you? And how successful were you?
What's my grade? That's a good question.
Yeah. So let's just use 30, right? Like,
yeah, because we did 30 days. So out of the 30 days, when I looked at it, I got 15 out of the 30 days.
Okay.
Wow.
We got
which
50%.
I want to say,
yes.
First of all, in Europe, that's a passing grade.
Is it really?
Yeah, apparently 50% is a C. I think. Don't attack me if that's wrong.
The Europeans in the chat.
European, please. I want to pass. But going from literally, I would have maybe 200 steps a day.
Yeah.
Because I work from home.
Yes.
I literally just sit on my computer all day. And then I lay down and scroll TikTok all day. And then I might go to a dance class or something. Right. But that's about it. And so making this change, that was a big change, girl. So,
going from 200 to 10,000 is...
It was a lot.
It's a lot.
What about you?
So for me, I don't work from home, right? So and I don't park in the building that I live in. So inherently me walking to my car, getting to the work parking lot, walking to my office, walking to lunch. For a while, there's been construction in my building, so the water filter has not been working. So walking to another building to get water, I inherently was getting steps throughout my day. And that's why I was saying, like, if you don't necessarily have a sedentary job, you can get a decent amount of steps just by doing the things of, like, literally walking out of your house and getting to your car and walking to your office. So on average, I think when I looked at my like, it's my phone, my walking track, my walk tracker on my phone, I was getting anywhere between 4,000 to 6,000 steps a day. So I was pretty on there. But it, like you said, that extra oomph was hard, because I would think, because I'm already walking around during my day, I don't need to do that much more. But it's like, no, when I get home, I literally just sit down. Yeah. And I don't go anywhere for the rest of the day. But because the work did help a little bit, whatever, I ended up getting 23 out of 30 days where I hit. I will say I did a little bit of, like, fudging, because there would be some days I'd get like 9,900.
Oh yeah, I didn't count those.
Right? Or what, you did or you didn't?
I didn't.
Oh.
You see how she lies?
I'm not So here's the thing, right? Because you got a, what is it, a Fitbit? Or like a tracker on your right? It's on you.
Yeah.
Mine is my phone. So if I walk away from my phone, I'm not collecting any steps.
Yep.
So for the days that I got like, I wouldn't count anything that was less than 9,900 because personally,
Oh, okay. That's
right,
fair.
like
That's fair.
it was like anything that was below 9,900, I didn't count, but I was like, the likelihood
I
of like
walked
me
to the bathroom and then I walked here.
right, like
this.
in the office, sometimes when I get in the morning, I'll put my phone down and then I'll go and like heat up my food in the microwave and come back.
Yep.
Or I'll go to the bathroom and come back and I don't have my phone on. So I was just like, I can believe that I got somewhere around 100 steps without my phone in my hand. Anything less than 9,900 wasn't counted, but I had a lot of 9,900 days and I'm like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
That's fair. That's
So
fair.
23 out of 30, which I thought was pretty good. And I'm laughing because I'm just flashbacks. The days of me coming home were, because it took effort, like for me to get going. The days that I would come home and have to walk on the treadmill.
And let's talk about this because getting 10,000 steps,
Yeah.
you have to go out of your way to make sure that you get 10,000
Yes.
steps. And I feel like, I don't know about you, but for me, I kind of went through a period where I'm like, okay, I'll get my 10,000 steps this way. I'll get my 10,000 steps that way. And I'm like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
That's not working. And so like the first thing that I tried to do was go to the gym, walk on the treadmill. But I don't want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I typically don't want to go to the gym. So I didn't have a desire to go and drive down to the gym.
Yes,
to
because that's
walk,
the other
especially.
thing too. Because
Yes.
my apartment gym is like right outside of my apartment.
Yes.
So I'm literally taking like a couple of steps and I'm there. You have to physically.
I have to physically drive to my gym. And then on top of that, when I get to the gym, I procrastinate. So I wait until it's nighttime. I don't want to be at the gym at night.
Yeah.
And so I would get down to the wire to where I'm going to the gym at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And then I'm just walking straight. And walking on a treadmill, it's not the most gentlest exercise. Like it really was putting a toll on like my feet.
Yes.
And like my feet were hurting. And I'm like, okay, this is not sustainable because I got 0 steps throughout the day and then I'm trying to do 10,000 steps
In like the
in
last
like
couple hours.
the last couple hours, and it's not feasible. So that was like my first attempt for
Yeah.
my strategy or whatever. And then after that I was like, okay, I have to incorporate more steps throughout the day, but I'm also working from home. And so I kind of just got on like, oh, let me take my dogs for a walk and let me do this and go outside and walk. I don't like going outside. You see what I'm saying? There's certain things you don't like to do, and if you don't like to do it,
It's hard.
You're not going to do
it hard. Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I don't like going outside. I don't like, it's just not the vibe for me. And then also my dogs. Okay, one of my dogs, she's super old. And so when we go for a walk, we go a little bit and she's like, I want to go home. And I'm like, I want to go home too. So then I just go home. Because I'll walk them, when I walk them together, it's too much. So when I walk them separately, Latte wants to go a little bit and then she's like, I want to go home. So I'm like, okay, thank you, Latte. I got 500 steps. Let's go back home. And then Pumpkin will go out and he's like, let me step over here. Let me go over here. Like, let me jump on this random person. I'm like, boy, I got 500 steps because you're just
Right.
going around like this and I can't walk normally. And so I'm like, y'all. And then if I bring them both out together, one's doing this and the other one's like looking at me like, I want to go home. Why are you making me do this?
Your
I wanna
dogs
go
have
home.
so much personality.
They
it
really
cracks
have
me up.
so much personality. So I tried that. That didn't work for me. So then the next step was to incorporate my steps by just walking in place. Because you can walk in place anywhere. While my code's running, I get up and I just walk in place, or I take a break and I can just step in my room, listen to some good music and just step. And I think that was the thing that really stuck.
You also
really
did like
made me
aerobics,
possible.
right?
Yeah, aerobics is a good one because it's the same thing as like stepping, but you can like, watch a video and just follow what they do and get your steps that way. I also go to a hip hop class that's like focused on just like stepping
Moving,
and like trying to get into like grooves with hip hop and like, hip hop's a lot of like step and hit and step and hit type vibe.
Yeah.
And that one gets me a lot of steps too.
I
so
can imagine.
doing things that are like watching videos or just like walking in place where I don't have to be on a treadmill or anything.
Yeah.
Definitely good. I want to try one of those step classes though. You know the ones where they're
Yeah,
like,
I used to do
and they're
those.
playing the music. And
I
all
used to
that
do
stuff.
those in high school.
Yeah. I used to too. I love that that class.
I remember I did those classes with my mom, and it's with like all those older women. Like older women, like my mom's age and older, you know, the people who have time to go to the classes in the middle of the day.
Yep.
Right. So I would go to classes with her sometimes, like when I would have, because senior year, right, you could have a half schedule or whatever. I would go with her in the middle of the day, and it would just be little old me, like at 16 years old, with all these ladies, my like older than my mother, being like, oh my God, you're so good, you have so much stamina,
Thank you.
and I'm like, yeah, it's because I'm 15 and I have a lease on life. I don't know.
You know, things work really well when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
And then you go to college and you're like, okay, let me sit down and study for 15 hours straight. And then you're like, oh shoot, now my body hurts.
It's true.
And then you go to your job and you sit for 15 hours straight and
my
you're like,
body hurts.
yeah.
Yeah. But similar to you, I went through not as many iterations of different things to do, but like I also kind of went through trying to figure out what worked best for me to get steps. Primarily, it was walking on a treadmill, just because I know I could get it all done, like especially because I would typically get about 4,000 to 6,000 steps a day. I knew that in 1 hour walking straight on the treadmill at about a speed of 2.6 to 2.8, I could take a walk leisurely and be done. Yep. Right. But walking in the same place, going nowhere, is so exhausting. Yeah. And then because I don't have a watch, I can't set my phone down and watch a show because my phone is kept collecting the steps. So I have to carry my phone in my hand and walk with my phone in my hand for an hour. And it's just, there's only so much music you can listen to over and over and over again before you just lose it.
Yep.
So I try to do more things at work where, like, kind of like you, when you said you would have a code, you would like walk in place. If I was running a reaction and it's like at a point that it can be sedentary, or like not sedentary, but like I didn't have to watch it, I would go and I'd like walk my, like the outskirts of my building, just around, like I'd leave, because I work in like a gated place, so I'd walk outside the gates and do like a loop around the building and come back through, and I'd take like 30-minute walks over and over and over, because the goal for me was like, I want to get my 10,000 steps before I get home. So like you, I don't have to leave my house. But that could only do so much because, again, I work in a lab. People need me. So I would have to take like maybe 3 to 4 30-minute breaks. And I'm like, I can't just leave for 30 minutes
and then come
3
back.
times a day.
Yeah.
So I would try to get as close as I could to like maybe 7,000 or 8,000, because then at like 2,000 steps on the treadmill is not that as bad as like 6,000 steps on the treadmill. But other things that I try to do is, like, I have a shopping center that's like right over yonder, like a 15-minute walk. I would start going to more movies. So, you know, like I've been watching a lot of more movies lately. So I'd like, I think for me, walking was easier when I knew I had a destination that I was getting to. Yeah. It didn't feel as much of a hassle or an effort as walking on a treadmill, because there's no destination. So I'd be like, oh, Trader Joe's is down the street. Let me go pick up the couple of groceries that I feel comfortable carrying. Or, you know what sounds good right now? Chipotle. Let me go and get Chipotle. Or there's nothing bundt cakes. And I'd make sure that when I got into the little shopping center, I take the longest way around to get to where I needed to go. If I was in Trader Joe's, I made sure I walked up every single aisle, because you can do that in grocery stores. And then I walked myself back. And then slowly but surely, I was getting my 10,000 steps. But I realized that I had to make a conscious effort of reworking my day around these steps. And I know you did the same. It's like my entire life was focused on getting these steps.
Yes, I agree. And you know, it was rough.
Yeah, it was.
And I found, like, especially like on the weekends, I couldn't be bothered. Like, I really could not be bothered, because my weekend routine
is you sleep.
Yeah, I just lay down and sleep. And so I'm like, dang, I actually have to get up and be active on the days I want to just sleep and nobody to talk to me.
See, and I'm kind of the opposite. It was easier for me to get my 10K on the weekends.
Wow.
But that's because I wanted to go and do things. I just stopped taking my car. I think my biggest issue is I don't like parking. Yeah. Parking is very hard. And also, I'm not the strongest parker. So I use any opportunity to not have to. And I'm in an area that I have a lot of things within walking distance. Target's one way, the movie theater's another way, food is another way. So on the weekends, I would just plan my day around my general area, and I'd go and get myself some brunch. or I'd go and see a movie, or I'd like, you know, the new shopping centers, or like not shopping centers, but like little shops will open up in that shopping center by me. So I'll go and take the opportunity to walk through them.
Yep.
So I'm just exploring my general vicinity more.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, during the weekend, I probably would just sit in my house. But now I'm like, okay, well, now that I have to get these 10Ks, I'm like, might as well just go see what I have to offer.
Yeah. You see, and we live in different places.
Yes.
For me, nothing is walkable.
Yeah.
Like for me to walk to the grocery store, that is probably going to be all of my steps for a day.
Insane. And I can get to like 3 grocery stores.
Yeah.
And it'd take me at most.
Literally,
30,
we could go right
15
now.
minutes. Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah. And we're
walk
there.
over there. Yeah. For me, that is it. I think I can't really remember. It has to be at least like 3 miles or so to get to the nearest grocery store.
Yeah.
And hills and stuff like that are a thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. And then to walk back with stuff after
It's
you
too
just
much.
spent
Yeah.
an hour walking to
Yeah,
it. No,
it's
it's
not
not.
worth
It's
it.
not going to be the thing. So for me, that I think that's a lot where the issue comes, because we have a lot of like trails. There's a gabillion trails. I live right next to a park, all that stuff. There's places to walk.
Yeah.
But it's not walkable. Like I
Right.
can't go anywhere. The movie theater, further than the grocery store.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anywhere I try to walk, it just doesn't make sense. And so that's why I'm like, I have nowhere to go. If you're a person who likes nature and walking on trails and things like that,
And you got options.
I have many, 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 many options. They are endless, to be honest. But if I just want to go outside of my house and walk to a place,
Yes.
impossible.
Dang.
I can walk to somebody else's house, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I feel like the majority of this country is normally on my vibe, where there's like nowhere
Oh, yeah.
to
Oh,
go.
well, I mean, I'm coming from
foot.
Houston, Texas, where they tell you, if you want to go anywhere, you have to have a car. Public transportation is so unreliable that you have to have a car.
Yes.
And they barely, like, they have bike lanes that just disappear halfway through, like, the street. So,
The sidewalks are rough.
yes.
You have to watch where you're walking, or you're gonna trip.
Exactly. So I literally came from there. So this, where I'm at right now, is not common. Even in like the Bay Area, like Northern California area, right? This is not common. Like where I'm at, having this accessibility and walking is not super common. There's pockets.
Yep.
But it's pockets.
Pockets.
Yeah. And I just got lucky. I'm in a good pocket.
Yeah. So if you're not on that vibe, you really have to go out of your way to just walk for the sake of walking. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not that girl. I'm not that. Well, now I'm that girl.
Yeah, you are.
Especially because, you know, we did our 30 days
Yes.
and now you know how they say it takes 28 days to form a habit?
Yes.
That crap's up real.
See, so here's the thing though. It does take 28 days to build a habit, but I've learned about myself that I can quickly break a habit if I want to break a habit. Because you came to visit in the midst of this challenge, right? So we
Yes.
finished this challenge together. Challenge. It was a challenge for me. It's a lifestyle for you, right? So immediately, I'm laughing because we had a conversation where I was just like, I said to you, so, because you got up and you started doing your walking in place. And I was like, oh, so we're still doing this challenge? And you looked at me and you were so dead serious. And you were like, it was a challenge for you, but it's a lifestyle for me. And the way you said it was just like, you dumb hoe.
That is what I said in code. Are you stupid?
Literally. And I was just like, oh, because in my mind, I forgot, right?
Yeah.
Like I forgot the whole pretense of this started was because this is a healthy lifestyle change for you. And I'm just like, I've read and heard this enough that I might as well do it, even though it is for the podcast. So immediately after we finished the challenge, I was ready to just go back into my ways. If it wasn't for the fact that you were here and I'm watching you do it, I probably would have stopped. And I think that's my issue. Like, I'm very good at building habits and breaking them. Because you remember when I used to work out all the time?
Yeah, you were in that jam.
I was in the gym at least, and I was somehow doing like an hour a day.
Yeah.
Consistently.
And
then
you were like, Chanel, I can't do XYZ. I have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I was like, this girl's crazy.
Right? And I was getting toned. I was getting toned.
Strengthened.
And then all of a sudden, I don't even remember the last time I was at the gym.
It went bye-bye.
It did. So I think if it wasn't for the fact that you were so like active in like continuing that because it's your lifestyle, I probably would have stopped. So I don't know what it's going to be like for me after you leave.
Yikes.
Well, so here, I'm also competitive. If you like keep me engaged and you remind me that you are still getting your 10K steps, I probably will continue.
Because we did lean on that support aspect. Because I'm like, Cindy, 100%. It's 8 p.m. and I have 100 steps.
And I'd be like, Chanel, it's okay. You got it, Chanel. I believe in you. And I'd be like, I have 8K.
Every time. I'm like, God damn it.
And then, there would be some days. There were some days where I would be home because I would have like really busy days where I'm doing a lot of data analysis and I'm not able to leave my chair. So I'd come home and I'd have less than 2,000 steps. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, for me to get 5,000 some steps, that's like an hour on the treadmill. I need 8,000 steps. Ooh. That's like at least an hour and a half, pushing almost 2 hours. I don't want to do that. And I'll text you, and for some reason, the days that I would do no steps will be the day that
I got 9,000. What's good?
And I'll be like, damn it. Whoops. Can we curse? I don't even know.
Yes, we could curse.
Okay. And then I'd be like, God damn it. Like, why in the world does she have, like, she works from home. And you'd say something like, oh, I went out to lunch with my mom and she needed help picking this. And then Latte actually wanted to go on a walk. And then Pumpkin wanted to go on a walk. And now I have like close to 10,000 steps. So then now I felt forced to continue to do it, which it's so funny that I would feel forced because we need to get on this. How have you felt since you started doing this like 10,000 steps a day?
You see, I always thought 10,000 steps, like whatever, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
It does something.
It does something.
My doctor didn't lie to me.
Isn't that crazy?
That is actually crazy.
A person who gets a degree in medication
actually knows what they're talking about. Yeah. That's insane.
I know.
Wouldn't have never believed. Yeah.
Yep.
But for me, so my main issue was I had chronic back pain.
Yeah.
Years and years and years and years and years, my back has always hurt every day.
Yes.
Tell me why we did this and I have no more back pain. And my doctor was telling me like, oh yeah, I had another person start this too and they have no back pain now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl.
Yep.
It was right in front of me this whole time.
Sometimes the answer is right there.
It's right there.
You were looking at it and you just turned around and walked away. Yep.
And it, hindsight, it makes sense. But
yes,
it's because I spend so much time on the computer my entire life since, entire life pretty much.
Yeah.
Lots of sitting. They say sitting's the new smoking, whatever.
Yeah.
I have to sit for my job. And so like you're just locked in this position and you're not really moving your body. The second you start walking, this motion, whatever that motion is, it like just loosens.
Right.
Like especially when I was on the treadmill and I first started doing it, I was walking. I had to do like 2 hours of walking because I was behind. And I just walked. And then I was like, ooh, my back. Like, I was stretching it and I'm like, I feel like I kind of undid something that's been there for a while. I undid something.
Right.
I was like, crack.
Right.
But yeah, so I think something about that walking motion is what humans are meant to do and we just don't do it.
Right.
And so, I just haven't had any back pain. And I'm like, wow. Because I was considering, like, do I need to get surgery? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? Is it my weight that's causing this? All that stuff. And now I'm like, wow, I just have to get up and walk. And I could do that for free in my house.
Isn't that crazy? All the stuff that you were looking into. Like, I think you even tried personal training a little bit.
Yes.
All that money that was spent. And it was just free 99 just to go outside.
Even like all those dancing classes and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm stretching my back. But no, I still had back pain. So it's literally walking.
Yeah.
What about you, Cindy? What else you got?
Kind of same to you. I think when I was in my like active fitness era, I was like, I don't enjoy stretching. And that's another one of the things that I know is good for you. So I pulled something in my right leg. I don't know what like muscle it is, but it's like right behind my knee. And I pulled something one day doing deadlifts and it just like hurt to like pretty much in this motion, in the position that I am right now, it would hurt to do this. Yeah. It would hurt to do this. It would hurt to do crisscross applesauce. It would hurt, which crisscross applesauce is such a thing that you say as a child. I don't even know how to.
Crisscross applesauce.
Just crossing your legs, I guess.
Yeah.
It would hurt for me to be like on my knees.
Yeah.
So like at work, I have like a standing desk, but if I want to put cords in sometimes, I'll have to get on my knees to do that. I would always have to go left knee first and then put less pressure on my right knee because it hurt so bad.
Yep.
And it was one of those things, like kind of like you, where I was just going about my life after starting this walking, and I'm like, this doesn't hurt. Like, I'm sitting in this position, I don't feel a thing.
Wow.
And that's one thing. And then another thing was, the last time you came to visit, we did like a throwaway of a lot of my clothes.
Yeah.
Because it was like just some clothes that were connected to trauma, but also clothes that just didn't fit anymore. And there was a jean shirt that I've had forever. And I loved that shirt. And it was too small. And I remember, because you gave me the opportunity to save like 2 or 3 pieces. And that was one of the pieces that I saved. And I just remember that I was just like, this is very toxic, but I was like, I know I can fit this again one day. I know that this can happen. And you're like, Cindy, you don't buy clothes to like
to fit.
Yeah, you get clothes that fit you. You don't fit clothes, whatever. But I was like, I love this shirt. Like, as you can tell, I love jean. And I haven't seen a jean shirt like that, because it's like certain styles just go out of, like certain clothing just go out of style. And I'm not at the point yet where I'm able to make clothes for myself. So it's like, if I got rid of the shirt, who knows when I'm going to find a shirt like that again.
Yep.
But I didn't even notice, like I was looking for outfits to wear for the podcast. So like the jean shirt is in one of the episodes that we recorded. I don't remember where or when, what it's going to go. But I put that shirt on and I was like, oh my God. And I came to you and I was like, Chanel, do you remember this shirt?
I was like, I guess.
And I was like, it's the shirt that you told me that I should get rid of, because I shouldn't try to get to fit clothes. I should have clothes fit me. And I was like, look at it.
And I was like, oh my God.
Right. Because it's like, it went from being tight to like, I feel like it's on its way to being like a little loose. Like, it fits perfectly right now, but like the fact was, it was tight. And it's not like I'm doing anything extra. Like, I wasn't going into this challenge to lose weight.
Yeah.
I was going into this just to be like, to kind of prove that I could do it in essence. But like overall, I wasn't even aware of how my like body was changing, or even my mood. Like, I feel like I've been on cloud 9. I've been happier to do things because I've been moving.
Yep.
I'm seeing more movies. I'm like eating more foods that I enjoy. I don't know. Like, I'm just living life.
Yes.
And it's all because I'm getting 10,000 steps a day.
It's pretty crazy.
I don't I mean, even I was about to say, I don't believe it. Even though I did it, I don't believe it.
Yeah. And like, even on top of that, like, it's crazy how much walking affects your body. Because even like, I'm sore. I stay sore.
Get me started.
I stay sore.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I am working out all these hip muscles and like glute muscles.
I
I'm
feel
like
my obliques,
like the freaking front of my hips, whatever, hip flexors, all that stuff. I'm like,
walking.
oh my God, why am I so sore? And what is that muscle? I've never used that muscle before, because I just sit like this every day.
Yep.
So it's pretty wild.
It is wild. And yeah, I think I've talked to you about like, I need to start stretching. I mean, generally, I just need to stretch.
Yeah.
But like, simply walking, I need to sometimes sit and like do stretching. I will say it hurts more when I'm doing all of the walking in a shorter amount of time.
Yeah.
If I'm able to spread the 10K out over the span.
It's easy if you spread it out.
Like yesterday was like, we went into San Francisco together, and going into the city, like parking is always a pain in the butt. So we always park farther away than where we're going to go. So that's some steps. And then coming back, I went to a movie. I came back. I walked to get dinner. So by the time I got home last night, which was I think 9 or so, I already had my 10K and I don't feel sore.
Yep.
But the days where it's just like, it's 10 o'clock and I
Yeah, 2
only have
hours.
1.6K. Yeah. And
Clock,
those
clock.
days, that's when I feel it. Cause it's like an extended period of time that I'm rushing to get the steps done. That's when it hurts more. But just generally, if I'm able to spread it out, it doesn't hurt that bad. But still, I need to be stretching.
Yeah, I think that's the next thing I need to work on. Because like for dance, that's a good way to like naturally get a stretch in. Because one, they will either have like a stretch period in the beginning of class, or for ballet, you're stretching pretty much the entire class. And so that's been good. But I think I need to implement some like, just like a yoga day.
Stretching challenge next.
Ooh, 30-day stretching challenge.
Because I would love to improve my flexibility. I used to be more flexible. Like, one of the things that I used to be really proud of was that standing up straight, I could bend down, and my palms could be fully on the floor. Or I could do splits. And I can't anymore because it's just like just you need to be working those to be able to do them again. And I feel like flexibility and mobility are things that disappear as you get
If you
older
don't
when
use
age.
them.
Yeah. Like as you age. So I feel like that's something that I would like to incorporate, especially because like I pulled something.
Yeah.
I really feel as though if I was more active in my stretching, that probably wouldn't have been as big of an issue.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's something that I would like to try to incorporate. Like, and for me, just because I am competitive, I think I need challenges to get into things.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's an easy way to start doing a habit and see if it fits into your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that because I definitely have stretch goals, like flexibility goals and things like that. And like I did do a challenge for myself where when we were in university together, I was stretching to get my splits, and I made a
lot of progress.
Like I was on the ground. I'm
wow.
That's crazy because I went from okay, I can just kind of to we're pretty much on the ground.
Yeah.
And so I like being able to work towards a goal and have it be something that's like, okay, I'm helping my health and I'm also accomplishing something at the same time. And so I think that's a good thing. We should do it. Because I know for me, one is the splits, getting those more to where like we're fully getting the splits properly.
Both ways?
Well, I've heard for like a middle split that some people can't do that because of their anatomy. Because it depends on how your hips are set up.
I see.
And so I'm like, I don't want to push myself
like
or hurt myself.
Like
yeah, where you're like facing front and then you do the splits.
Oh wait, so is it one leg is in front of the other or the leg?
No, it's side to side.
Okay, got it.
Like this. Like this. So yeah, but like a middle split. So you're facing forward and both your legs go out to the side.
So it's anatomy that you can't do. Oh,
anatomy for that one. But for the front one where you have one leg front and then the other one back, yeah, like that one everybody should be able to do within reason.
Gotcha.
And so I do want to get those ones. And then for other flexibility, I could do a back bend. It would be nice to go back into a back bend. I have to start on the floor.
Yeah.
So get more back flexibility.
Yeah, I should do that too. My main one was just more so my legs and then my arms, you know?
Yeah.
So like the whole being able to put one arm behind your back and grab it.
Oh, yeah.
I can do. I used to be able to do that really well. Now it's like one side it's harder than the other. So I want to work on that. I want to be able to, I can still touch my toes if I'm sitting on the floor, but if I'm standing, touch my toes or put my palms to the ground, maybe stuff more with my back. I probably will need to do more research on like what mobility things disappear as you get older. And are
important to maintain.
Exactly. And then try to incorporate those. Maybe we can start with a 30-day challenge and see where
how
we go.
It goes.
Because it always has to be a challenge. And even though it's your lifestyle, it might become my own lifestyle. I might as well just.
You sound so sad.
I am sad.
Oh, I'm going to be healthy.
I know, right? I feel like it shouldn't be that way. But I think the reason why I'm sad is because there's just certain things that I used to enjoy that I can't anymore. Like I did the plate method with you and I'm doing this walking with you. I used to be able to eat a lot more.
Cindy, you used to eat. I would be like, hey, look at this. She can eat. Yeah. And they'd be like, damn, she can eat.
Yeah. And I've seen some stuff like this happen before where it's just like, there could just be like some marker in you that's just like not reading right. And I know I'm generalizing this, but there could just be something where it's just like, some sort of sensation is not happening and not clicking that's making me feel as though like I'm still hungry when I'm probably not, but it's that sensation.
Yep.
But going through this where I'm like increasing my amount of protein and like spacing out my carbs, you know, I'm able to like feel more sustained with less.
Yes.
But I'm an enjoyer of food. So it's not like I was upset by the fact that I was eating a lot. It's not like it was good for me, but at the same time, I'm not going to go, I wasn't crying about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only time I was crying was when my wallet was crying because it takes a lot of money to sustain that. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I know in generality, this is better for me. I just wish I could do more because like I would eat like a normal plate, like a normal size plate and be out of commission for the entire day.
Yeah.
And that's never happened to me before.
Yeah.
Never. And it happened to me 2 days in a row.
Yeah. And same thing with me. So it has to be the you know, us actually getting healthy. I can't believe it.
I will just say this. All I know is, for some reason, for at least the time being, sushi is a cheat code because we went and got sushi.
Yeah.
And I was able to eat normal.
And I think it's because when you go and get sushi, typically the main part of it is protein.
Yeah.
And so like you're filling yourself up on protein, and that's like a-okay. It's gonna make sure you're satiated and all that.
Yeah.
And then you have some carbs on the side with rice and, you know, fried
or some
things.
veggies,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
And then you have some veggies. And so it's more like a balanced meal compared
Right.
to, you know, other
Sandwiches.
yeah, before, you know, when we used to go to In-N-Out and eat normal, you'd have the bread on the
Wait,
burger.
what was my order again? Just to give.
Oh my god!
I think it was, I did a 3x3,
3x3.
right? Animal style.
Yep.
Fries animal style.
Yep.
And then I would add in a Flying Dutchman.
Whole grill wrapped.
Whole grill wrapped. And I'd eat that. And then maybe 45 minutes to an hour later, I'd be like, so what's for dinner?
And I'm like, girl, you crazy.
I was hungry.
You see, for me back in the day, me and my mom used to share a double.
That's crazy.
Because whenever we would get the double and fries and we got two separate ones, neither of us could finish it. And it's just because I think it's the bread, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So we would share and we would just, you know, eat half the burger, eat the fries, have our drink or whatever, and we're good. Now that I've started doing protein style, I can eat a whole double myself.
Yeah.
Because that bread, if you need to be full,
It's the bread.
it's bread.
Yeah.
So now I do protein style, double, and then I do regular fried, depending on the type of day.
Yeah.
For dinner, I don't have any carbs, but for lunch, I'll get a fry, and then my drink, and I'm satiated.
Yes.
We're good. And so, yeah, that difference between the normal way that people eat versus the way we do now, it's like night and day. Yeah. And like for you've been doing the protein style now.
Yeah, I actually like it a lot more because I think the thing is, I go through phases, and I think I'm currently in a phase, and it might just be because I've been trying to eat less carbs, or like carbs are more focused in the beginning of the day, and typically we get in and out at night. I don't really feel the need for bread. Like my favorite parts of the burger are typically the meat and the cheese, which is why I love a Flying Dutchman because it pretty much strips it down to what I'm there for. So the protein style makes me feel like, because when you're eating a Flying Dutchman, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
At least with the protein style, even though it's falling apart, it gives you something to keep
hold
it
on
in.
to.
Yeah, but even still, the last time I went, I stopped doing a 3x3. And the most recent time we went, I got a double protein style, and I got a singular whole grill wrapped Flying Dutchman, and that felt like a lot of food. Like I was pushing myself to finish, where I was just like, maybe I could possibly do a 3x3 protein style and be satiated.
Yeah.
Like, I like my whole grill wrapped Flying Dutchman.
You see, but I will tell you.
Oh, and I didn't get fries. I typically get fries.
No
and
fries.
No fries.
Wild. I remember, I think this was the first time we ate In-N-Out together. You were in my hometown.
Yes.
And
that In-N-Out is good. That one's good.
Period.
I still think about that one.
Period. It's solid. That's a solid In-N-Out.
Yes.
And so we were going there, and I think you ordered a 3x3.
Yes.
I don't remember if you ordered a Flying Dutchman.
I wasn't on that yet.
Yeah, you weren't on that yet. But you ate a 3x3, and I watched you eat this burger, right? And then you went, I could eat another burger. I was like, ah! Oh my God.
And that was also, I finished my fries.
Yeah, you finished your fries.
Did I
You were
end up
done
getting
eating.
another burger?
I don't think you did.
But I did think about it.
You did think about it very thoroughly, and I was like, okay. And you were like, you can eat, girl.
I can't do that anymore.
You shouldn't do that.
See, I just love food.
Food.
And I'm going to say it again, it makes me sad.
Yeah.
But I know overall it's better for my health.
Because even when, like, for example, I'll be working.
Yeah.
And I'll get to a point where I'm like, I need to get up and walk. Because I used to.
Yeah.
I would sit 5 hours, finish whatever I'm working on.
Yeah.
Now I do an hour or two. I'm like, I need to get up and walk. And I'm like, God damn it. But also, yeah, I should be doing that.
I need to get myself a fitness watch because I put my phone aside, like, and just walk away so often that
You get all those steps.
And not know. And it's like, even though the whole purpose is like, ultimately it's like you said, it becomes a lifestyle where at some point I probably will be more consistently getting 10,000 steps. So people could say it's not that important to have the phone, but like for the time being where I'm just starting, I need to have that tracker, and I can't rely on my phone because how many times have I lost my phone?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, where is it?
And I'm walking around
back
the house
and forth. Where
looking
is
for
it?
it. And like, oh, that could easily be right there. Is 500 steps of me walking around my apartment.
Yep.
Trying to find it.
You just got to go for it.
I do. I'll do it. There's a lot of... I have a lot of things I need to purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really need to get those plane tickets.
Oh. I'm
going to try to... My goal... Well, okay. It's dependent on work. This is like a side tangent. Probably a conversation I should have with you, not on the podcast. But we're here. I'm looking at you. I need to talk to work and figure out my vacation time.
Yeah.
And then traveling abroad isn't the easiest way to get steps. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So this is still related.
You see, and even in New York, our 10K, we got 10K and that was light work.
Yeah, it was light work. But yeah, I need to, before you leave, I'm going to try to get my plane tickets for my next trip where I shall be gallivanting around, getting all of my steps, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But that's my goal before you leave, is to do it. Because if not, I'm going to procrastinate it until the plane tickets are too expensive.
And we don't want that. You're going to cry.
I really want to go on this trip.
So yeah, with that being said, it's kind of wild. I'm a little scared that we're actually getting healthy.
We set a goal for ourselves,
and we
by the time.
And the crazy thing is, it was a 30-day challenge.
Yeah, we
prove you do not have to be perfect.
You don't.
I only did it 50% of the time.
Yeah, and like I will say that I did smidgen the numbers a little bit, but yeah, it wasn't. And I think just to kind of bring this all together, I feel like that's the biggest thing about fitness, where it feels like, especially when I was working out, it felt like I had to be going every single day, hitting that hour every single day to be able to get to that point of being healthy. And this walking challenge, super low maintenance, and we didn't have to do it as consistently, proved that you don't have to be.
You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to go out of your way and do something crazy. If you just pick up a habit and keep it consistently inconsistent.
Consistently inconsistent.
Yeah. You don't have to do it every day, but you have to continuously do it.
Yeah.
As long as you do that, you can make leaps and bounds.
Oh yeah. And could you imagine if we have this as a foundation and like you're dancing?
Yep.
Right. And like I'm trying to find like an actual hobby. Like I've talked about it before, an active hobby. This is already the foundation, and then we just incorporate something else.
Yep.
For fun. Slowly but surely we'll get healthier, where like our mobility is better.
Yep.
Our like stamina is better. Endurance, you know? Being able to, like, I can take the stairs at work and not get tired. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Like that was something that also blew me, because there were times where I would like the bathroom, they're doing construction on the bathroom on my floor, so I'll have to go down a couple of floors to go to the bathroom. And sometimes I would like walk down the hallway to take the elevator, so I don't have to go back up. It's going from like the 3rd floor to the 5th floor, right? Just 2 flights of stairs. But I would be heaving. I do that like it's light work.
Yeah. I feel like it also adds to like resilience. Whenever I'm like, okay, I have to do something hard, I'm like, one step at a time.
Exactly.
And it's like, I know I can do it.
Put one foot.
You just got to keep going.
Hey,
a
song, a Disney song.
Disney song. I don't know that song.
Okay. Oh, you don't really know Disney songs.
No, I don't.
People in the comments, if you're listening, you know what song is that? I'm pretty sure it's a Disney song. Or I could be gaslighting myself.
Hey, Gaslight Nation.
If not, if it's not actually a song, we should take this out, because I need to make it a song.
Yeah. The next theme song.
No.
One step in front of the other.
Okay.
Goodbye, Sydney.
Is that how we're going to end it?
That's how we're going to end it.
Okay, bye, Chanel. I have to go walk now.
Yeah, we both have to go walk. I only have 700 steps.
I probably have less than that.
Oh, brother. Here we go again.
Then. Yep. Goodbye.
Bye. Is someone knocking on my door? Hello? Open the door. Open the door. I'm filming a podcast right now. Goodbye.
Bye.
You want to say hi to the podcast?
No, thank you.
Okay, bye.